Hey, what's up? Welcome to Nixis ranks every single weapon in Cuphead from worst to best. This takes accountable the power of each weapon, the utility, and all of those things. Keeping that in mind, Charge Shot doesn't get the podium simply because of its damage, but delay between shots also holds some weight. Starting from worst and working our way to best. Number 1, Lobber. I do like Lobber, it's a cool weapon and deals good damage, but bouncing around is not that great, especially when it makes it harder to hit your enemies sometimes. Obviously you have the ability of double wielding weapons around, which saves you from breaking your monitor, but bosses flying around are a pain to hit with this thing though, so it gets last place. Number 2, Pea Shooter. The starter shot is okay, but other weapons are usually way better than it. It can only shoot in a straight line, which for the most part is already better than Lobber, but aiming on moving enemies is hard. Guess what? Most enemies move around the field, but its super is cool. I'm not sure, but it feels like it does decent damage. Number 3, Chaser. Chaser takes a lot of hate because of carrying people who are new to the game, but that also means it's good to an extent. As the name says, it chases the enemies, but the downside is it doesn't deal good damage, so don't expect to beat enemies fast with this. The super surrounds you with some chaser shots which don't protect you, because you can still get hit with these things around you. This weapon is good but nothing crazy. Number 4, Converge. Introduced by the DLC, Converge is a cool weapon. The shots spread wider than Spread Shot, and it feels to be doing decent damage even while not connecting every single shot. But the back in my mind thought that I could be dealing more damage usually turns me off. To achieve better aim with this, you must aim, which means standing in the same spot, which in its turn means getting hit, and I don't like getting hit. The special allows you to use Kamehameha, which is great. The weapon is cool, but there's better stuff around. Number 5, Twist Up. I like this weapon, but it's hard to hit things right in front of you because you need to literally be in their face, which is a dangerous place to be since you take damage from touching enemies. The special is one of my favorites in the game, a tornado spinning around dealing damage. Whenever you manage to connect shots with Twist Up, it feels good. It has a nice sound effect, and enemies that fly above you like Sally's stage play are great to beat using Twist Up. Number 6, Charge Shot. Charge Shot is a good weapon, great damage, but the downside is that you gotta charge it so it does good damage. Shooting the uncharged Charge Shot is just a huge turnoff. This shot is great when you can hit enemies with it. It deals great damage, but you still gotta charge it up, so sometimes you won't get fast KOs as you might be expecting. Plus, when minions fly around and you hit one of those instead of the boss, I wanna break my monitor. The special, I don't know if deals any decent damage or not, but it's okay. Plus, my ADHD fiend brain enjoys using specials every time I can. Number 7, Spread Shot. Spread Shot spreads seeds around, but they don't have that great of a range. This weapon is better as a secondary weapon because most bosses have at least one stage where this is good against them. You gotta be very close for every shot to connect, and close is a dangerous place to be, but when you manage to, it's very satisfying. Great damage and great sound effects. That's a great weapon. Number 8, Crack Shot. Crack Shot is my favorite weapon. The shots crack and go straight to the enemy, which makes it really easy to move around while you have a 95% chance of connecting the shots. This is basically the better chaser. Whenever you don't crack the shot, it deals more damage, but you need to be closer to the enemy, so whenever you can, go ahead and use the non-cracked Crack Shot. The special summons a little planet that also shoots crack shots. If you parry it, it flies against the enemy and explodes on contact. If you summon a second planet, the first will explode against the enemy, and this is a great weapon. Number 9, Roundabout. The best weapon in Cuphead is Roundabout. It fills the screen and it's really hard to miss shots with it, unless you use it as you use Pea Shooter, that way nothing will connect. The special is great, you can jump around so it hits the enemy as much as possible, and against enemies like Ribby and Croaks, this is very good. When it hits every single hit, it's very satisfying. And the normal shots deal great damage. This is just the best weapon around. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know if you didn't agree with anything I've said and how you would rank these weapons. See you around.